Hey everyone, welcome back to Boater Plays Something. I am joined by my friend Bryan today.
What's up, Boater Cup?
Thank you very much for joining. This is something that we've wanted to do for a while. In front of us, you see a standard Scrabble board, but not the standard Scrabble tiles because we are nerds. We are going to be playing with the Star Wars Aurebesh alphabet. This is something we wanted to do for a while, and I'm excited to do now. So, yeah, let's get to it. I'm Boater. Let's play something. So, starting off with Scrabble, first thing we'll do, we will each grab a tile. The closest one to A, or Auric, is the one to go, and we'll kind of explain the rules that we're using, slightly modified for our Star Wars nerddom as we go. So, Bryan, be my guest and grab your tile first.
This guy.
I've got the equivalent of T, that is...
N.
Hold on, now I need to know my alphabet.
I won.
Yes, you did. Mix those back in, and I think you grab your 7, then I grab mine.
All right, sounds good.
So standard Scrabble is you don't, no proper nouns, no words with apostrophes or anything like that. We're going to use that kind of standard Scrabble word set, but also Star Wars words if we can think of them. So basically...
Star Wars proper nouns are okay.
Yeah, so for instance, Luke would be fine because it's a character name. I was going to say Force would be fine. Force is also a word.
I think if anyone puts down Yuuzhan Vong, that's an automatic win. I would just be impressed.
I would be incredibly impressed.
Yeah.
I don't think all those letters in that number are in there, but nonetheless,
yeah. Your
turn first. We did pre-play this last night just to kind of get a sense of it and see if we could do this. The answer is yes. If need be, there are cheat sheets that came with this tile set. We got this set of tiles from KatrinsCuriosities on Etsy. Not currently listed on there, but I think it's like an out-of-stock kind of thing. They make a lot of other Star Wars and Aurebesh-related things. We both know the alphabet well enough that we do not need the cheat sheets, but if there's any point when we decide that we do, it will be a -5 from our score for having to look it up and be, what is this letter? That said, it will be a +5 to our score if we manage to make a Star Wars word. Again, we pre-played it last night to see how we would do, and none of us did. None of us came up with a Star Wars one. It was all just normal English dictionary stuff.
It was the extra layer of like having to translate the letters to Aurebesh on top of what letters do I have, what words can I make, what spaces are available.
So much to brain. Now I should look at my letters and see what we got.
And here we go. Again.
On my own. Let's see, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. Thank you to AJ as our point keeper and letting us know that, hey, there's going to be a winner for the game. Maybe we should let him know the points so that can happen.
Nah. 6 and 7. All right.
Yeah. So now it's the challenge of translating letters, making a word, and
fitting it in with something here.
Yeah.
See, now it's like you've got that open board space. The thing that was happening with our, initial playthrough was finding space towards the end where you had a word, but it wouldn't fit on the space anymore. So that's always a trick. Obviously, that's the trick in regular Scrabble, but it's when you have the layer of like translating all of the characters, it makes it way harder too. But yeah. So you've taken some interesting steps to burn Aurebesh into your brain the last couple of months. We've been talking about doing this for a little while, and you've been preparing with extra steps.
Yeah, sorry, I'm still trying to formulate a word here. I will happily go into how I've nerded out over the alphabet once I have any sort of word that works.
Okay.
I'm drawing the worst blank on my first play. You know what, we'll play this simple here, and we'll see. Try that on for size. Don.
Don.
To put on.
Yeah.
So triple letter on the 2, so that's 6, 7, 8.
Nice.
Yeah, so I really got into like, oh, can I learn the alphabet last time that I went to Disney and going to Galaxy's Edge? Because, hey, it's this like immersive kind of Star Wars thing. There's Aurebesh everywhere. I ended up going on and being like, oh, this says lost and found. This has, this says caution. This says caution, but it's upside down. That's not the safest thing. Thanks, Star Tours. And kind of got into it after that to the point where my keyboard at home has all Aurebesh letter keycaps on it. Which you would think would help more or hurt more, but I just touch type and don't even look at the keyboard, so it is what it is. And then I got an e-reader towards the end of last year and loaded up iJedi on it, and I've been reading a Star Wars book in Aurebesh because I loaded the font. That is very slow going. I've read a chapter and a half.
Yeah. iJedi's a solid pick, though.
It's a long pick.
Yeah. Do you find it easier or harder being a book you've already read before?
It's been a long time since I've read it.
Okay.
So if it was one that I'd read more recently, I think it'd help more.
Yeah.
But it's also, Stackpole's writing is very technical and very like, oh, here's a lot of proper nouns of like aliens and planets that aren't words, and I have to first spell it, then figure out how it's pronounced, and then be able to read it.
Yeah. Go with Doug.
Okay.
As in, I dug a ditch, but also Sebulba, the species.
Oh, So do we count that as a Star Wars one, since it is an English word first? Do we count that as...
We can count it as a regular word first.
Okay.
No, I think as a scorekeeper over here. It's a Star Wars word.
Okay, scorekeepers.
I'll take the Star Wars.
Okay.
All right. So what do we apply to that? A 5-point bonus?
Yeah, 5-point bonus for having created a Star Wars word.
So 1, 2, or that was already on the board, right? So
Yep.
so 3, and then plus 5 is 8? Is that? I don't remember how to score.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Plus 5 is 11.
There we go.
This
one goes to 11.
You're very proud of yourself.
I am. The thing that I always find interesting with Aurebesh is like trying to find like mnemonics to remember which letter is which, because obviously a lot of these look like either other letters or symbols in our, Cyrillic alphabet.
Yeah.
But it's also like a little flipped around or a little changed up.
Do you call it Cyrillic alphabet?
Should I not have?
Cyrillic is the Russian alphabet.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am...
You're pretty.
Thank you. No, I try.
Oh, boy.
I took Russian for 6 weeks in college, and that was a horrible time. Talk about letters. If we're talking about this, like the Russian alphabet, where like they have the number 3 as a letter.
Yeah.
And like 1 looks like the New York Yankees logo. Like they have C, but it means S. They have P, but it means R. It's like, it's a lot to translate.
That is age.
Yes.
On a couple of double letters, so that's a total of 6 points.
Excellent. Very nice.
Yeah, so you were talking mnemonics for remembering these. Some of them, like Auric, is just, oh, that looks cool. That's the A. I don't know the names of all the letters. I know the first
same.
few.
Yeah.
But like I is easy.
Yeah.
This is like a backwards drawn N. Mm-hmm. And we'll mention more as they come out. But like T is just an upside down T, basically.
Yeah, T looks like an upside down T. The A I always think looks like a K.
I could see that. I actually see it so much that it immediately reads as an A to me.
And it actually kind of works because the symbol's called Auric, which is like, spelled out in our language. It's A-U-R-E-K. So start with an A and with a K. Not that I remember the names of the letters all the time, but I kind of like that one for whatever reason. It just helps me remember it. The ones that really messed me up, we were talking about before, were like V and Y.
V and Y look like they should be switched. Absolutely, and we'll show those when they come out.
Yeah. E always looks like the Roman numeral for 6.
Yeah, that definitely looks like a 6.
Yeah, so it's like like episode 6, the E turn of the Jedi.
It is your turn. Mm-hmm. Okay, just make.
I know I'm vamping for time.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. I can't think of a word.
There was a point last night where I had played a word and I waited for 5 minutes. I said, "How's it going there, champ?" You're like, "Oh wait, it's my turn."
That is true. That is true.
Because it is so much slower when it's like I need to translate the letters, the 7 letters I have in front of me. Mm-hmm. Gel. Okay.
Gem.
Gem. Okay. That's not an L. That's an M. Okay. Yes. Gem. Great. That is double letter on the M, so that is 6, 7, 8, 9. No huge scores so far.
We're just getting started.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like the M, it always it looks like it needs to be like a C or something, you know. So like there's no real reference of it to our alphabet, you know. G, which is on here too. I always think this looks like a Java sandcrawler. So it's like, if only Java started with a G. I know. It doesn't actually translate to like a mnemonic per se, but like the visual always just like, yeah, of course.
I'm gonna absolutely waste that triple word score with the word mitt. And get a whole. Well, I mean, 18 is still not bad.
No, yeah.
But considering last night I was throwing down 30-point words on the triple. It's fine. Hey, you know what? It's interesting how we work straight down. It's like, all right, now let's see if we can find the other axes.
We're going to have to at some point because now we've reached the end of the board, so we've got to start working backwards together. We can't keep going down like this.
Bring the tiles a little closer, but not throw them off the table like I was. Boonk. And again, it's like just knowing like Scrabble. It's easy to form the short letters. Oh, that T, by the way, it's like that one's really easy.
Yeah.
It looks like the impact of a super laser on Alderaan for a split second. Too soon?
I think the blank tile looks more like Alderaan, but that's just me.
I think this.
Yeah. It's terrible. Yeah.
And then like trying to keep in mind, okay, can I get a Star Wars word out of, okay, cool, I have funky letters. There has to be something Star Wars I can do with this.
I know, yeah.
So the tile set does have the same ratio of letters as the normal Latin tile set. So there's 9 A's and 1 Z.
It's Latin, not Cyrillic. I've learned my lesson. Thank you. You've shown me the light.
I'm happy. I'm glad someone's learned something today.
No, I appreciate the more you know. This is good. I'm glad I could be the dummy character in this scenario. Cyrillic.
No, you're fine.
No, it's fine.
If you feel bad, just imagine how some of the crew are behind the cameras being like, what are they doing? What is this?
I can play this game so much better.
I'll just actually, while you're doing that, I'll pass that over just so you guys are like, what are some of these like things that you're talking about?
See, the thing is, it's like I'm also trying to like think of, can I make a Star Wars word and not just a word?
Right.
So it's like there's that extra time spent on that.
It's like I know a Star Wars word that I could do, but I already like the M is already surrounded by other stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. Here's other words. There's exactly one of those letters in the mix.
I'm happy I made that joke earlier.
Okay.
Because now I don't have full-on Lejeune Vong, but just
Vong,
which is what they were always casually referred to.
It is.
Until Tahiri Vela said that was disrespectful.
Fair. Okay, so that is 4, 5, 6, 7, but double word, 14. Plus 5 as a Star Wars word. And again, that looks a whole lot like a Y, doesn't it?
It does.
It's a V. And immediately, all right, cool. Time to start. Brain, everything shuts off while I'm like.
That's fine. I'll just sit here and gloat over my Lejeune Vong.
Yeah, no, that was a good one.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
Right?
That's intimidating.
Yeah, New Jedi Order was what's up, man. That was a good time back in the Legends days of Star Wars books. Back when the books like meant something, not like they're not now.
Wow.
That's a harsh thing to say.
Wow.
That's a harsh thing to say. Back when the books had the galactic scale is what I'm getting at. You don't really get that anymore. A lot of the books under the new canon, which I enjoy for the record. I very much enjoy a lot of them. But the scale is so much smaller now. They're much more personal, interconnected stories that fill in gaps as opposed to this is what moves the needle on the galactic scale like the movies do.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
now they're making movies and shows that do that.
So I was hoping to play the word Zam as in Zam Wessel, but M has been totally taken up. That said, I could just play the word zit while dropping the Z on a triple letter.
You could, yes.
So that is 32.
Well
Taking
done.
that 10-point tile.
Wow.
Okay. So as you figure your next one out, it's like, all right, let me not be caught unawares and look at my tiles and actually plan ahead It's like when I play D&D and I get upset at the people who don't know what they're going to do on their turn until it comes up. It's like, no, pay attention to other people's turns. I did not get the chance to figure out my turn. Here you are playing...
This is an N.
Often. Okay.
Often. Yes.
Took me a second because the F is a very weird one. So that's a double word on that. Double letter on your blank does nothing.
Yep.
So that is 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. And that is an N. Do I want to... Yes, I do want to use that.
There we go.
For pain.
Nice.
The triple word, 3, 4, 5, 15. So the P is one that I know you mentioned messes you up because I think, it's similar to the G?
No, the P and the U actually mess me up the
okay.
most. 'Cause you can see it right here, and you can see that right there.
A lot of these that have like a little break in the top.
Yeah, a lot of them look kind of flipped, which is also something that messes me up with this because before Disney acquired Star Wars, there was this like unofficial rule that capital Aurebesh were the characters flipped over. You didn't change the size like you do on capital to lowercase on our alphabet, but they flipped them horizontally. So this would look like the other letter all the time.
I've seen some people get like custom embroidered stuff, whatever. They have the flipped letter, and it's like, no, please no.
But today the P is going to help me out with this double letter score, and this fine a W box.
Are you telling me to read it and weep?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that is a double letter score on the W for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Get 3 to fix that.
Interesting. I have an incredible number of vowels. Not super helpful.
We've also worked ourselves into the corner here. Kind of literally, so.
Yeah. So
like
time to start trying to extend
other
ways.
Expand our operation.
It's interesting because there's not a whole lot of, you can do something with the V maybe.
This is the same trouble that, I was getting into on our playthrough the other day.
Yeah, that's not a word. I'm like, oh, maybe I can mix in. No, that's an abbreviation. That's not allowed. It's different playing it with an audience.
We have expectations.
You shouldn't. That's your own fault.
The fourth wall just broke.
I mean, that's a word I have, but I don't have a way to play it yet.
Hate when that happens.
There's no way that I have to pass right now. Like, that's not... I mean, I would make you have to deal with it. That would be kind of funny. But it's also giving up a chance for me to, score something.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass. I cannot think of something, and I want to have you change the board up a little bit. It's a risk, but I'm going to pass.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I cannot with my current... I mean, part of that is that, like, I don't play Scrabble that much. And by that much, I mean never. So, like, playing Scrabble a lot is, like, it's a muscle that you exercise.
Sure, yeah. This was your idea.
It was.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Checking.
Thank you for making sure.
No,
Thank you for keeping me honest.
Clarity is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch, as soon as I pass, I'm like, oh, shoot. No.
You know what rhymes with shoot?
Toot. That is 4 points.
Very proud of myself again.
I'm glad. Just arrange these different. Just look at them. Make them look different.
I think that's what the creator of the alphabet said too.
Yeah. So, do you want to talk about like how Aurebesh started? Because there's a little bit of history to it.
Yes. Well, my understanding is they created a couple of just random symbols with no actual meaning behind them for the computer screens, primarily in the Imperial shuttles in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, and I think also in Luke's X-Wing on the way to Dagobah.
Right, yes, when they were going back to visit Yoda.
Lot. Hey, look, it's a backwards L, as long as we talk about mnemonics. That is a 3-point word for me. Oh, okay.
And you got that done in time for Life Day.
Oh my god. Okay, so double word score on 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 points. I think Brian's winning. You don't have to tell me.
I don't need to know yet.
You don't. Yeah, we're gonna be surprised by the
knowing.
scores at the end, but I do not feel like I've been playing well.
Yeah. But anyway, they had those symbols that didn't actually have any like attribution to anything. It really was just like an arranging of symbols to look like a non-earthly alphabet.
Yeah.
Which was not something they had done for the first two movies at all. Like
Right.
there are close-up shots on like the Death Star control panels that are in just English.
Yeah, exactly.
But for Return of the Jedi, they needed it to look special, so they put these symbols together. And then I think it was West End Games that took it and made it more codified.
Yeah.
So they actually created like the specific alphabet, and fans just gravitated to that, especially because this was the later 80s when new Star Wars content really wasn't being created. Legends hadn't even started yet.
Yeah.
You know, you just had the role-playing game by West End Games. So the material that was put out in those books really is like foundational for Star Wars canon today, Legends continuity back then, because even like Timothy Zahn used those source books to build out the universe when he was starting to write his books, and every author thereafter, and now these story groups in Lucasfilm. These are really foundational pieces of how the world works in Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then the alphabet came from that, and it became a little bit of an Easter egg. I mean, even George Lucas was using them in the prequels. I mean, you started seeing them throughout the billboards on Coruscant when Obi-Wan and Anakin are facing off, trying to track down Zam Wesell. And so you're like, oh my gosh, that's in the language we know, and you start translating the words, and now they actually mean something.
Yeah.
And
you can see it all over in the Disney Plus shows.
Oh, by far, yeah. They love doing it, especially on The Mandalorian.
Yep.
And I mean, there's obviously nowadays...
Kenobi was... I don't think... Was it on Coruscant? I watched Kenobi all at once, but like whatever planet it was on, maybe it was Nar Shaddaa or something like that, but there was neon Aurebesh everywhere.
I forget the name of the planet, but I know the one you're talking about, where they have the homeless trooper, and he tracks down Leia, and she demands buying the poncho and all that. Yeah. What was I going to say? In Mandalorian specifically, in season 3, where they had that episode that basically was an episode of Law and Order, where Mando and Bo-Katan were trying to find, the one threat with the droids, the battle droids. Thank you. There we go.
In for 3 points because of a double letter. Oh my god.
Yeah. But they had Christopher Lloyd's like rap sheet, it was entirely in Aurebesh, and it literally was like, this means nothing, this is a joke, like literally just like that's the words they put on there, and so it was a nice Easter egg for the fans who wanted to decode the wording.
Yeah.
They got a good chuckle out of that, and they realized, wow, this really doesn't mean anything after all. But it was just a fun little moment for everybody. I guess you could say it caused a lot of ire among the fandom.
I suppose I could. 4 points on ire because of the double letter score.
Oh, there we go. Finally some letters I didn't have before.
Ooh! Oh! Yay! It was so vexing when I couldn't get good words before.
Nice!
Vex, that's a triple letter on 8. So that is 24, 25, 29.
Just getting his hair out.
Yeah, do that. Okay. Oh, God. Okay.
How do you feel?
Getting that...
making a good showing. I'm not getting any...
Getting that X off of my board was a dang relief.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting hard to figure out how to expand into this corner. Like something has to end with a V. And you're about to do it, aren't you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not using the V.
Okay.
But I have another Star Wars word.
Okay. Oh, okay. Jedi! All right, that is a double word score for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24.
Yeah.
What's the 5?
That was incredible. How long were you sitting on the J and putting letters together until you could make Jedi?
One turn.
One turn.
That J showed up literally when I picked up the tiles.
You were like, I got it.
I didn't even know I had it until I was like, oh, where is there an E? Is there an E? And I realized we had one open.
One letter off. I'm like, oh, I have... No, I don't. Bryan. Bryan, help. This was going so much easier when we did the first one. Oh,
We were still running into problems on the first one.
We were.
Yeah.
It's just, it was... The only ones who could watch us were my dogs. They can't read English either, so they weren't judging us.
Do you need the sheet?
No, I don't need the sheet. I know exactly what letters I have. I just can't make... It's a Scrabble problem, not an Aurebesh problem. Oh, heavens. You know exactly what word you're playing next, don't you?
No, I don't. I have what I
Okay.
want to play, but I need extra letters for it.
Okay.
I actually don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm just like, if I can get it.
This is so bad. This is so bad because we've done so many short words that are like hard to find something to connect to.
I know.
What's left to connect? There's an X. There's a V.
It really penalizes you for starting small.
Yeah, I really didn't consider that.
Yeah. I just thought it was really dumb, and it's also not at all English or Star Wars. If you just had like
Yeah,
a C or a K
it's
to make this exit,
Yeah.
it's not actually a word. It just
Yeah,
was,
no.
it looked funny to me.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you. That makes me feel better. Oh no. Guess we'll play the word vi. Which, hey, you look, that's some vowels that we can connect to. That's a double
you are
letter.
not wrong.
So that is 7 points because of the double letter score. Oh no.
Shoot, now I gotta find something to play.
Cool, I have a word on my thing. I don't know how I'd connect it to anything. Who agreed to do this? It's not just my fault.
I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming you. I am fully in control of my life choices.
Are you?
No, but I like
Okay.
telling myself that.
Okay.
I feel affirmations help.
Delusion's important.
Yeah. Delusions of grandeur are a very big part of Star Wars canon.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's something about EU is that was a line that was said once in Return of the Jedi and then became something that, like, oh, well, that became a Han signature line through most of the novels in the 90s.
It's actually said twice.
Was it said twice? Oh, well.
It was said once in Return of the Jedi, you're correct.
Yep.
But it was actually said first in Empire Strikes Back. Just before the Millennium Falcon actually jumps to hyperspace.
Okay.
C-3PO accuses R2-D2 of having delusions
That's
of
right,
grandeur.
that's right, yeah.
And then he falls back in a thing because R2 sassed him good.
Yeah, R2 sassed him good and 3PO's...
With hyperspace.
Yep. And 3PO is good for the physical humor, and a lot of fans don't want to admit that existed in the original trilogy.
It absolutely existed. And props to Anthony Daniels for doing physical comedy in that suit.
In the suit.
Where
My
you
God,
can't
man.
move.
Yeah. How many times do they have to, like, bang dents out of the suit after the falls
That
like that?
poor man. Like I know people have like stories, but like at the same time, like he went through a lot to give us that entertaining take on that character. So, you know, that man deserves some flowers. Let's see here. What can I play on this board? We got an open E.
Yep, got an open E.
X.
There's an I right there. Yeah, there's the X.
And I feel like X is like the perfect Star Wars letter to build something off of.
Yeah, right?
But like nothing's really coming to mind
Yeah,
right
there's...
now. Like as soon as we stop playing the game, I'm like, oh, of course.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah.
one of the W's is out already, but, like, X-Wing is a natural if you can get together the other W,
That's true.
the other G. Yeah, because 2 G's are out right now.
Yeah.
So that's just not happening.
All right. Well, if that is the case, then I'm just going to go with a simpler word
Okay.
and hope everything will gel together.
Didn't you already play Gel?
I
mean, no, it's okay
I
to do
played
so.
Gem.
Oh, but then I thought that I misread as Gel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a 4-letter, or a 4-point word for you.
Can I tell you my mnemonic for the letter L in Aurebesh?
Sure.
Loser. But it's like tilted a little bit.
Yep. Okay, I gotcha. Ooh. Lock. L-O-C-H.
Yeah.
Double letter on the O.
Yeah, lock with an H. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Well played.
So
well played.
1,
okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Sick.
I'm just happy to get a word out quickly.
Sick is a word I probably could play if you'd used the K and not the H.
Yeah,
but, alas.
I think the K's already been used.
Has it?
Yeah. Wait, no? No, it hasn't. Okay, that's
No.
good.
Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me about letters.
I will do whatever I can to win.
I see you're the pupil of the dark side. Or whatever the phrasing was.
Oh, yeah, when we played the interactive board game last
board
night.
game, yeah.
Darth Vader's pupil.
My pupil of the dark side.
Good. I shall make you my pupil. You shall forget all you have known and loved. There shall be nothing to you. You shall be mine.
Because clearly Darth Vader would speak like that.
With a slightly tired James Earl Jones in the recording booth.
You may plant 2 of your bombs. Good job, Rebel. Come on, Darth Vader. You're not going to help us.
Okay. I actually know what word I'm going to play next.
Assuming I don't mess it up.
Assuming he doesn't mess it up.
How can I mess it up?
Well, I don't know. Where am I going to connect it? What's left on the board to connect to?
Well, that C or that H are looking pretty prime.
Yeah, like that's... And again, there's still the V. I don't know what ends with a V that would then connect with the F. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, I've had a few things that, like, would end with an E, but EF as an abbreviation isn't a legal Scrabble word.
Right. Could do that.
Id.
Thank you, Lisa Simpson.
Very nice. Congratulations on a triple word score, bringing you to 9 points for that word.
Hell yeah. And I was so economical. I saved you the C and or H.
You did, and I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Not that I make it easy to go off of that otherwise, but the word is shin.
Hot tea.
For, yes. Oh my god, it counts as a Star Wars one. The 5 points is added after the triple, right? So
Yes.
it's a triple word. Okay,
Yeah.
so 4, 5, 6, 7. Triple is 21. Plus 5 is a Star Wars word.
Nicely done.
Yay.
Nicely done.
Oh boy. So there's a G there to connect to.
That is true.
There's still the V. That was upside down on my board. Okay, good. I'm like, why does that letter look weird? Oh, well, number 1. Number 2, it was upside down.
Important.
Somebody had a silly thought.
I did. I don't want to share it though in case I need it.
Okay, that's fair.
If I don't use it, then I'll share it.
Okay.
I need to come up with a damn word. There's no T. I can't really get anything good on, huh?
All the T's are like wedged into the corner.
Yeah.
There's that, but if you want a word of any length out of it, it's
Nah.
not good enough.
Nah. No. Wedge is not the way I need my T to be right now. I need my T to be unwedged. Need it wild and free with space.
Well, there's a space. Well, it's not a space, but you know, you can get a space. It's called a blank tile.
Stop that.
Okay. Stopping.
Go to sleep. Okay.
I know what word I'm playing next. Unless he messes it up.
Unless I mess it up. It's a very important problem that you should have.
Yeah, exactly. There are so few places to like hook in a word that like there's a very good chance if you find something that it's out.
I'm gonna try my best. I'm going to play something, and it's stupid.
Okay, lay it on me.
You got to call me out if this doesn't work.
Ra.
Ra.
Yes.
Is it stupid?
Lover of the Russian queen. Yeah, no, that's Egyptian god. Ra. Oh, proper
But that's
noun?
not Star Wars proper noun, but is it count as a cheer? Ra.
You know what? I'll give it to you. Just because it's been so difficult, I'm happy to be lenient. Go ahead and take 4 points for playing one tile. Meanwhile, I'm going to play
Hard-earned 4 points.
Kylo and also go.
Nice!
So 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16.
Nicely done.
Which becomes a 21.
Yes. That is the best I will do all game. It took us 55 minutes to get here.
Yeah.
Okay. Attaching to the K. Spike. With a double word score, that brings us to 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 22. Let's see. Ruse?
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
So 3, 4, 5, 6. For a clever thing I'm trying to get away with. I don't know. I can't come up with puns anymore, Brian. We've got 2 more games to record after this.
Oh, buddy.
Ooh.
No, not your turn.
He's tearing up over there.
It's not your turn. Wait.
I'm sorry, I got excited.
No, it's good. I'm glad you're excited.
And I'm not sorry. So now we're coming up on an hour. I know there's one more word I want to cram in, but other than that, like, I'm fine if you want to think about calling it, but that's totally up to you.
I'm not going to quit. Ray.
Very nice.
To clarify,
yes, that's
not an A.
Yes,
so it's the Star Wars name.
Oh, it's also stun rays.
No, that's R-A-Y.
Yeah.
Stun ray is R-A-Y. R-E-Y.
Yep. So that is 5 plus 5 for the Star Wars name.
Yeah.
Remember how I said that I wanted to cram one more in?
Yes.
Cram. Triple letter on C. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 plus 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 because me was also
nice.
was also in there.
Nice. I'm holding on to 2 tiles that would be really good. But like I can't do anything with our current configuration.
Yeah.
So I think for the sake of trying to do something better, I'm going to get rid of those 2 and swap out on my turn.
Okay.
So I'm putting 2 back and I'm taking 2
I
others.
forgot that swapping tiles was a thing.
Yeah. All right.
Remember when I passed earlier in the game?
Yeah. You could have just swapped tiles.
I could have.
I don't know if that made it better or worse, honestly.
Tau, the Greek letter with the double letter.
Are we allowing Greek in this game?
Are you challenging?
Not really, because I like the progress.
Okay.
I just thought it'd be a fun conversation.
I mean, because it's also used in like science.
Why are we
things.
fighting? Let's keep it.
Okay.
All right, great.
That's 4 points.
Tau.
Yeah, like doing no favors there. Although I guess the T lined up with the triple word score is promising.
Yeah, no, the T is nice. Here we go. Boom.
Fate. Let's see, double letter.
Date.
Right, because that's a D and not an F, even though it looks like an F.
Aurebesh!
Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tripled is 18.
Wonderful.
Go with tear, as in like balancing a scale, for a whole 4 points.
Yeah. Well done. Well done.
Where were you all game? Oh, I was gonna use that. Okay.
Take a young Skywalker.
Take a seat. Yeah. Okay. So that is 4 points. Just because there are seats in Star Wars doesn't get you an extra 5.
It's a quote, sir. I accept your terms. I'm sorry we fought.
I put a word together in my head using the S, and then I'm like, oh, I don't quite have that. And then I start doing letter substitutions, but drop the S, so I can't do anything with it. Okay. Loan.
Yeah.
With a double word, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. And that is the last tile picked up off the board. So if we empty out the racks, game over.
All right. We're in the end game now.
Took us long enough.
And you wanted to quit early.
Quit is such a nasty word.
It is. I know what I gave back. Which means I know what you have now.
We're all looking in the one corner that's got like open letters.
I know.
I'm like, oh, I can use this. That's a Spanish word.
I know. I'm going on that. Or I'm like, oh, that's from Stargate.
Quick, was that Spanish word used for a Star Wars character name? No, dang it.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about from Stargate. You're the one that played Ra.
That's true. Well, you played Tau, and I was like, man, if I had an R.I., Tauri,
yeah.
like, come on.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
We just expand it.
It'd have been great. Alas, we're in the wrong franchise.
Sigh.
What is this, 2006 all over again?
How you coming, sir?
I'm getting there.
You getting there? Okay, good,
I'm
good.
getting there. Don't rush my process.
Lash.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That is 7 points. Oh, no that. We. 5 points. I was going to do own over here, but then, yeah, obviously it got crowded.
Yep. Yes, it did.
I know you guys doing like finishing stretches. Our batteries are getting close
Okay.
to the end.
Yeah,
All
I don't have any moves left, so
I don't either, so I'm going to pass.
pass
Pass.
and pass. Yeah, so okay, so tiles left on the board I don't think count against you in scoring at the end, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So out of curiosity, what did you still have on
So
your rack?
I had a B,
A B, okay.
another B,
Oh God.
an R,
And another R?
and another R.
I had an N, 2 U's, and a Q.
Yeah, the Q and the U I gave back, so I knew you ended up with them.
Yeah. I was like, oh, could I do like quote? Could I do like I can't do Qui-Gon, obviously.
I was trying to do like a Qui-Gon or a Quinlan, like
Yeah.
something, and then I was like, I'm never gonna get there. And I held on to that for like 10 rounds.
Yeah, it's Q's kind of interesting looking as far as like trying to figure out the mnemonic. It's instead of the O with a line through it, it's an O with a cut through it.
Yeah, it's almost like you switched over to the eraser tool in Photoshop or something
Oops,
and did the
my
line
bad.
that
Well,
way.
We have it now.
Yeah.
Speaking of, do we have scoring?
We do. I was adding as we went along to kind of make it go a little quicker. So, as a final result, we've got Bryan with 206, Boater with 223, and in a stunning upset, the scorekeeper with a nice 235.
Hey! Woo!
Well played, Bryan.
Well
Thank you
played.
so much for joining me for this. I did not think I was doing that well.
I know.
That felt.
It's better when you don't know.
That whole game was just very rough, but hey, we got there. So
that's right.
Thank you for joining, and thank you everybody for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. Hopefully, it didn't come across as maddening as it was at the time. But no, it was a lot of fun, and I think issues that we ran into were Scrabble issues. We weren't leaving ourselves a lot of openings.
No, you and I both had a pretty good handle on the alphabet, which that was my biggest worry coming into this game, honestly. But like, we both handled it pretty well. It really was just the mechanics of Scrabble as a game that messed us up, because Scrabble!
Yeah, tiles everywhere.
You need to add the special edition ring around, like with the boom!
Thank you everyone for watching. If you're interested in this tile set, I got this from KatrinsCuriosities on Etsy. I will link to their shop in the video description below. I want to thank donors that helped to make this video happen. That's Aunt Cat, as well as the More Woods crew, as well as Charles Suffel. You can check out his comic book over at whatyourreadingpress.com. Thank you also to Patreon supporters. I was going to have a sheet printed up in front of me, and then I left the sheet printed up. Oh my gosh, I could put it on the whiteboard. That's wild. Yeah. But for now, I will say thank you also to Patreon supporters Chuck Suffel, Collin Bachman, Martin Lejeune, The Little Red Fence, and Kevin Bertholf. Videos like this wouldn't happen without you guys. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram.com/voterbug. Subscribe right here. Watch live at twitch.tv/voterbug. And you?
You can find me at BP Stoyle on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all the social channels.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time. Bye!